And look at all those faces. I'm going to go ahead and mute you guys, not because I don't want you to talk, just because we have some um, background noise. And though I would love for you guys to unmute yourself if you have anything that you would like to share that is something to celebrate this week. Michelle Day, I know you have something. I would love for you to share a little bit about what your experience was for the week, what your win was.
So this week was parent conferences, and I always feel like during parent conferences, I have a borderline. I kind of have to watch things that I say and don't say, especially when it comes to kids being very unfocused and stuff. So I had actually a couple parents talking about possibly putting their kids on meds, and one already had them on a trial meds. And so I kind of just threw out there, the option of looking into the child health survey. And then the second conference, though, I really hesitated. I know the child had been on meds before and they weren't, but I've noticed that he's been very unfocused, and I know a lot of it is some circumstances that are at home. They're very serious. With some legal issues. That's all I can pretty much say. So I kind of hesitated to really bring it up to the mom, because the mom is basically single right now with some assets frozen because of this whole thing. But I just kind of threw it out there and just said, I myself am on Juice Plus and I sponsor my niece, and I kind of mentioned about how it's helped my niece, and I said I would just like to send her some information. And when I did, it was kind of just right to the link of the child health survey. And I did mention to her that, probably in the upcoming months that she's going to be dealing with a lot of stress and probably some anxiety, and that, she probably just wants to start building her immune system. And I talked about my depression and anxiety being very less now. And so I just sent her the link, and it was within like an hour. She said, I ordered. My son and I are getting on this. Thank you. I've been looking for alternative, methods, because she did not believe in putting her son on the medication. And so she's excited. Like, she's just jumping forward with it. And so I just told her how excited I was and that I can't wait to see how they go through this journey. And then knowing what she's going to be going through in the next few months and stuff, I said, I'm going to have you join our group, our, One Simple Change group, and you'll get support that way, and, keeping you forward on this journey and everything else. So my only fear, I guess, because the last time somebody jumped on board, they basically wanted to quit right afterwards because they had some serious detoxing, and April's been helping me through that. So of course I'm a little hesitant, and when I emailed this mom and said, hey, if you start going through any detoxing, let me work you through the process and stuff like that. But yeah, that was definitely the highlight. And so I'll get to see the changes with this student because he's in my classroom. And so school is at least another 4 more months. So I'm actually going to just hands-on see it. And I always keep samples in my classroom too. So I even told her if for some reason he misses that morning, I said, don't worry, I'll cover him, So yeah, that's my highlight.
Oh, that is awesome. And there's so many lessons in what you just shared. Number one, and most important, is do not prejudge. We don't know what people's priorities are. And, we don't know when people are searching for something that, an answer that we have. And so we can't hold back. We have to share with people, with the idea of, this may be a fit for you, this may not be a fit for you, but my job is not to get you to say yes. My job is to share the information and invite you to learn more. And, what you choose to do with the information is really up to you. And in this circumstance, you stepped outside of your comfort zone and you shared, and she got it right away. And then you're also applying the lessons that you learned in the past, which is that, sometimes people can detox when they get started flooding their body with fruits and vegetables. And so, just really being proactive about that and saying, hey, FYI. And I always, really face detox with, in a super positive light. I celebrate it, even though I know it's uncomfortable for people. It is so important that we get those toxins out. And if the worse somebody is feeling, the more toxic they are. And so the more important it is for them to get those toxins out, which is an awesome thing. And it just really proves that Juice Plus is actually working. So that is awesome. Does anybody else have any wins or anything that they'd like to celebrate or share? Anybody been using the 90-day game plan Freedom Revolutions to invite people to learn more? Have any? Yeah.
Molly Lieber needs to get on and share her amazing stuff.
All right, Molly, you're on the spot.
Hey, thanks. I'm just doing the dishes. I've been doing the 90-day game plan. It's super awesome. I don't know how many of our team are actually doing it, but the action of telling your story to somebody every single day. I got on Voxer with someone, and so we share our story, and we've been trying to get it under a minute. And it's from just the beginning of January until now, my story has shrank to a minute, and it's so comfortable just to say. And it's completely changed how I talk to people about the product or getting on the product or just whatever. I don't even talk about any of that. I just share my story. And honestly, my calendar is full this week. I have appointments every single day to have coffee or lunch or something with someone on these lists of people that I've made. And before it was always like, how am I going to message them? What am I going to invite them to? And this time I just, I just want to touch base with them and share. And so that's just really fun. So that was my win for the week, I guess, is just having a full calendar of action. And thank God for the 90-day game.
Yeah. And connecting and saying yes to those opportunities as they come up, because when you have an opportunity, you just don't know who you're going to get to see, what conversation might spark, one person might lead you to another person, might lead you to another person. And it really is, it's about saying yes and being open to that. So awesome. Do you want to share your 1-minute story with us real quick? Since it is only a minute.
It is only a minute. I absolutely could. So 2 years ago, I was super frustrated. My life looked completely different than it does now. I was so frustrated with the medical system because I was trying to help my daughter get well. She had a list of allergies and things going on, and it seemed like the more we went to the doctor, the longer her medication list got, until the point where we came out of the pharmacy with a shoebox of medication, which just did not sit well with me at all. I thought, how could this possibly be our story forever, and with no hope of that ever changing, because every medication I would give her wouldn't heal her. It would just sort of mask her symptoms and get us kind of through the next season. And then a good friend of mine shared Juice Plus with me. I'm very thankful. At first, I thought it was too good to be true, but fast forward 2 years into our life now, and my daughter's really off that whole list of medication. Things have healed for her, and I felt really empowered as a mom because I got to be a part of that, and I get to share that with other people and help them have hope for their future.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. And that really good friend was none other than Wendy Kitchell. So.
Who is also on this call.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Well, let's move into our stories, because I want to have a conversation about the Healthy Living Revolution and how you guys are using it. So I'm going to go ahead and let Jenny Medina share first. Ayzza, I hope you're okay with that. Jenny asked if she could go first, and I always try and say yes whenever I can. So Jenny, you want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Let me know if it's lagging, because it looks like it's lagging to me. So I don't know if it is to you guys, but you can do like thumbs up or thumbs down maybe.
You're okay.
Sweet. Awesome. I'll just look like a crazy woman, which is normal. So my name is Jenny Medina, for those that don't know me, and I'm a senior sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company. I learned about Juice Plus about 10 years ago, and it has been quite an amazing journey. I'm sitting here getting super beautifully emotional.
We love you, Jenny.
You guys, it is rare. It's really rare to find people that they have your back no matter what. And everybody has stuff, you know. Mine is no different or worse than anybody's stuff. But I can tell you, if you're new, that you will never find another group like ours ever. So that being said, okay, on to positive. I used, there's a sheet called Creating Your Story for product and business, and it's really brilliant because even after 10 years, I realized that I really wasn't sharing my story in the way that it needed to be, especially my business story. And that has a lot to do with what I think about myself, and I am a work in progress, which is brilliant too, and I'm okay with that. And I look forward to the future. So one thing for the business story that you guys, and I'll snapshot this, is that there's acronyms. So it's plot. So pain, you know, what areas of your life you were dissatisfied with that made the business attractive to you? Lesson, what have you realized that you need to do in order for things to get better? Opportunity, what are the features of the Juice Plus company that is exciting for you? You know, why is this an awesome opportunity for you? And then triumph, what have you already accomplished with your business, or what are you going to accomplish that will be a triumph to celebrate? So I used that, and I'm just stating this to you because I am me, and I'm going to read this because this is what I do, and this is different than what I had done before. So, you know, 10 years ago, I definitely appeared to be a happy, healthy stay-at-home mom. The truth is that I was constantly experiencing guilt and shame. I was comparing myself to other people and avoiding finding a way to fill my heart and mind in a way that was really true to me. I had no idea how to change my story. I realized that I needed something more and had a lot of anxiety over what that meant. So then I literally stumbled on an amazing community, and I have tools now that I would never have had on my own, tools that help my entire family change their health picture first and now our financial picture. I love that as soon as I smash a goal that I used to be so uncomfortable setting, I actually didn't set goals at all, because if you don't set them, guess what? You can't really miss them, but you also can't hit them. But that was my MO. I'm so excited about the next one and the next one and the next. But now I'm realizing that the most rewarding part of my story is watching my team become bold and brave, doing things and feeling things that they never thought were possible, having the time of our lives, falling down, getting dirty, getting back up, and cheering each other on to the next adventure. Now I love being a mom because I'm so much more than a mom. I'm a coach, a motivator, a student, a teacher, and I am a badass boss babe with gumption, which is my 2018 word. So for you guys, this opportunity will pay you back in countless ways as long as you show up. And my goal is to become a national marketing director by February 2019, if not before then.
You know how to write. I have to write.
Woo!
February 2019, NMD, Jenny Medina. You guys, you got to write down your goals. And if you're not going to write down your goals, you better believe that I'm going to write them down and I'm going to remind you of them, okay? Oh, thanks, Jenny. Thank you so much for sharing. And, you know, it's such a joy to be able to watch you guys grow and change and just develop as you move forward in life and you work on yourself and you know work on your skills, and it's just amazing to see, you know, to look and see where were you 10 years ago and where are you today. And it's just a joy. It's a joy to have you on our team, Jenny. We all love you. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, let's let you off the hook, girl, and move on to sweet Ayzza. Ayzza is going to share a little bit about her product journey. Go for
Okay,
it.
thank you. Thanks, Carmen. Jenny, I just want to say thank you so much for being real and like vulnerable. I'm highly sensitive, so I had to turn off my camera because I was tearing up, but thank you so much. So a little bit about myself and my product story. So I was actually the person that thought I was healthy because I was very active. I was fit. I was exercising at least 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 times a week. I was very active, and I thought I ate healthy. And I was a kid that grew up loving my veggies. I loved my veggies, and I was even a vegetarian for 13 years. But looking back now and knowing what I know now, I actually was not very healthy. I had trouble sleeping ever since I was a kid. I was tired all the time. And in my 20s, I actually relied on energy drinks, which I know are so bad for us. But I did. I drank a lot of energy drinks. And then I eventually started developing skin sensitivities in my late 20s. And I thought it was a normal part of aging. I'm getting older. My skin is more sensitive. Makeup I used to wear or makeup I wore, all of a sudden I couldn't wear because I was having allergic reactions to. And so I tried all sorts of products. I blamed it on the hard water. I'm like, we need to get a whole house water filtration system. Something's up, right? And then in my 30s, early 30s, I got pregnant, and my skin condition wasn't improving. My face was constantly on fire. My entire body was itchy. I was very uncomfortable in my own skin. I mean, it was just terrible. And when I got pregnant, I realized that I had to make some changes. And I was, reflecting, I was researching, and I also was looking at the things that were happening in my own family. My sister, who's a year younger than I am, has had cancer twice. My dad has had a heart attack. I have a cousin that I'm very close with. He's 2 years older than I am, and we grew up together. He has a myriad of health issues, and he's had a pacemaker since 2010. There were just so many health issues, and I'm like, okay, my skin issue is not improving. Something's wrong, and so I looked at diet because I knew I didn't want to take any medication. And I actually refused to go to the doctor. I didn't go to the doctor to get diagnosed for my skin issues. I'm like, I could figure this out. So when I had my son, and when he was about 11 months old, one of my friends who is a certified health coach and a nutritionist actually introduced Juice Plus to me. And it was such a blessing. And since then, my skin issues, it's pretty much gone. We hardly get sick. My son is probably one of the healthiest kids I know. I mean, he'll eat raw basil, raw parsley, cilantro. It's just amazing. And I'm just very, very thankful. And now, I could sleep like a baby. I don't have any more sleep issues. Like I said, my skin issues are gone, and it's just changed my entire family's health picture. And it's been a blessing.
Yay! Wow, thank you. That was wonderful. Isn't that crazy though? When you think that you're healthy, and then all of a sudden you make a couple tweaks and you're like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay. Anybody have anything else any questions that they want to ask, or anything else that they want to share before we move on to our Healthy Living Revolution chat?
I have a John C. Maxwell training that I plan on doing, so I'll invite you guys to that. You certainly don't have to come, but I'm excited to share some of the stuff that I've been learning. So I was going to open that up to my team, but I might as well open it up to everyone.
Which book are you reading? A specific book?
It was actually a seminar that my girlfriend paid a lot of money to be VIP to, and she gave me a lot of the materials, and we talked about everything that she learned, and I learned a lot, and it was awesome. And so I asked her if I could share it with my team. She's like, yeah, share it with the world. I don't care. And so it's just exciting that somebody paid a lot of money for something that we get for free. So I'm excited to share.
I love John C. Maxwell, his book, 21 Laws of Irrefutable Leadership. Is that what it's called? Anyways, that was incredible. I studied that book with a group, and so did Jenny, a couple other people.
Was it 15 laws, or did he come up with a new one? I thought it was 15, but maybe he has another one.
21.
Oh.
He added 6 more.
Maybe it's a different book, but anyway, maybe the one I'm thinking about is different. But anyways, yeah, he's like written over like 100 books or something crazy.
Yeah, he's
anyway.
Amazing. Yes. Okay, that'd be awesome. Thanks, Jess. Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so I posted a link. There's a docu-series going on right now called The Broken Brain, and there's seven or eight docu-series in this series, and each one is available for 24 hours, and they're about an hour and a half to 2 hours long. And you guys, the connection between the gut health and disease is just absolutely shocking when you don't know about it and you watch things like this and you hear about it. And I firmly believe as a nurse that this is the reason why Juice Plus works so well with so many people, is because the fruit and vegetable nutrition really targets the health of the positive bacteria in the gut. And attending things like this, you sign up for them, they send you an email with the links, and each day you get an email with another link, and you can watch it whenever it's convenient for you. It's how I have linked into more education to learn more about health and wellness. And there's the Broken Brain, which is the one I'm attending now, and Heavy Metals Summit is coming up, I think starts the 29th. So I'll post those in Team Win, and anytime I get any other ones, I'll post them in there with links. You guys can join up if you want to or not, but they're a great way to learn a little bit more and to learn from the experts in the field of nutrition and holistic medicine, and get a little bit more knowledgeable about everything that's going on.
You know, thank you, Mo, because I want to just say real quick that, you know, another thing that, you know, just plugging into all of these resources that are out there for education, you know, really with how, you know, that connection between nutrition and disease. Last night, Jesse's, my husband's band, for those of you who didn't know, he's in a band. He plays the drums in the band, and they were playing out at a bar by our house anyway. So it's a teacher band. There's 2 teachers and then a couple former students who are also in the band. It's really fun. And so they had a big crowd there, and I was talking to one of the parents of his students, and she and I were just chatting. I'd never met her before. And she was just sharing a little bit about how, you know, her children and her son, and how her son has ADHD and he's on the autism spectrum. And he, you know, and we were just talking, and I asked her if she'd tried anything nutritionally, and we were chatting about it. And it just so happens because Mo had invited me to watch these, and I had been plugging into them. And I will be honest, I haven't actually watched it all the way through. I haven't had time. It's been a busy weekend. But I knew that the episode was on ADHD and autism. And I was actually able to get out my phone and email her the link to that so she could check it out. And it just brings credibility. And this leads us into our healthy living revolution, the talk that I wanted to have with you guys about the healthy living revolution. You guys, that's what we're doing. That's what the healthy living revolution is about. Okay. It's not, you know, just sharing Juice Plus. It is linking people to these resources that we have available. And obviously the Broken Brain is not, you know, part of Juice Plus or anything, but it's something that we know about. It's something that I know about because of the Juice Plus community, which is Mo, who emailed it to me. And I said, oh, that looks interesting. Let me check it out. And I looked at it, and I've watched about, you know, probably a half an hour of a couple different ones. And it's really interesting. And, you know, I was able then to connect someone else who might benefit from it. That is what our healthy living revolution is. Okay. So I want you guys to just be really excited about who we are as a Healthy Living Revolution, the fact that we're part of a movement, and that we are, we are one of, thousands and thousands of people who are part of this movement to help you take your health back. And what does that look like for you? Well, it depends. What are your health goals? What are you looking to improve? Where are you right now, and where do you want to be? And so it's about asking questions. It's about, learning more about them, learning about where they are right now. What is their current situation, and where do they want to go? And then really helping to facilitate and connect them to education, to resources that can help them move further on their health journey. And sometimes, you guys, it's not going to lead to Juice Plus. Sometimes it's just going to lead to, maybe the Start Strong program with the kids, or maybe it's somebody who's just looking for a home workout series or something like that. We have that with the Healthy Living Revolution. So I would love to know from you guys if you're utilizing the Healthy Living Revolution as a conversation starter, and are you utilizing the Healthy Living Revolution website, cookbook, exercise? Are you using those, and how are you using those? And totally selfishly, you guys, I'm training on this at the Cleveland Regional next week, so I want you to tell me what's working so that I can then share it with the people who I'm going to be training on this with. So, okay, who wants to tell me first how you're using it? And don't be shy.
I love the lives. Every 2 weeks, it's a new topic, and it's wonderful. I would love to watch the brain or whatever it was called. I'm gonna have to message you later and get a link. But we don't always have time for that, and so the beauty of these lives is they're only a half an hour. And so right now we have a holistic nurse that shared about the gut microbiome, and that's huge. So what a gift that we get to share that with people. And we've been using that a little bit with our teams that have been doing booths. So trying to keep up with the booth contacts, using those lives as an opportunity to say, hey, this is what's going on this month in our series. And, just kind of keeping those people in the loop as well.
I love that. Do you guys all know where to find those lives? If there's anybody who doesn't know how to find it, or raise your hand, and okay, that's all I needed was one hand, and I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, so the website is healthylivingrevolution.com, and when you open up, hopefully you guys can see this. When you open it up, you've got, across the top. Sorry, let me just move your faces out of the way. Okay, you've got all of these things across the top, and these are all drop-down menus for different selections. Okay, there is an opening video that is about 2 minutes long, I think, that you can watch with people. But the live webinars are right here. So you just scroll down, and you're going to come to the live webinars. Okay, so this is Stacey Joy, who's a holistic nurse, like April was sharing. It's 20 minutes long, and what happens is these are gonna switch out every 2 weeks. Okay, so they run for a solid 2 weeks. So this has got, I think, 1 more week, and then it'll switch to a new topic. I don't know what the next one's going to be, and then this one will actually be archived. So if I click on previous episodes, what you're going to do is you're going to see all of our previous episodes. So we have one on fertility and diet, whole foods, vitamins.
Someone's accidentally unmuted. Just double check, everybody, real quick.
Okay, I think I got everybody. Okay, so we've got whole foods, multivitamins, the omegas, farm to capsule. This story right here, how our produce ends up in our capsules, is incredible for anybody who is, wants to know more, like how do you get all that nutrition into those little capsules. This series right here with Lisa Pepple is awesome. Anyways, inflammation. So we've got all of these: brain health, feeding the good guys, this is the microbiome. If you've got somebody who has a question about the soy, is soy good for you? I heard soy was bad for you. Why do you have soy in your shakes? Okay, well, you can educate them right there. And what this does is it allows us not to be the expert. It allows us to instead to bring another voice into it, because we can be the expert. We can tell people everything that we know, and we can share, we can sound really, really smart, but it, a lot of times what happens, especially depending on what your relationship with that person is, you either say it's your family, okay? You might be very smart. You might know a lot, but sometimes what happens is if you're talking to someone who's known you for a while, they still see you as that, irresponsible 17-year-old who like accidentally wrecked the car because she wasn't paying attention when she was driving, blah, 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 or whatever. Right. So, bringing a third party into the conversation brings credibility to it. And you guys, you don't have to be the expert. Okay. So if you're new and you're like, I don't know what the answer is, I don't know what, what makes our soy better, that's awesome. You don't have to know. All you have to know is that we have a video that you can send them that will do all of the explaining for you. Okay. Any questions about that? Okay. What else are y'all using with the Healthy Living Revolution?
I like to use it to continue to educate my customers. So I still send out a monthly newsletter, but sometimes, I don't know, I get overwhelmed about what to send them, and I have so much I can send them. I think about it and I'm like, I don't want to think about it. So I'll use the Healthy Living Revolution type stuff, videos especially, to send them, and people really like them, and I like them too. I think they're cool.
Awesome. So ongoing, customer education and continuing to engage with your customers. What time is it? Oh, shoot. April just reminded me that we have a new rep call. I totally lost track of time. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to really encourage you guys to use the Healthy Living Revolution as an entry point into the conversation. Talk about how you are part of a healthy living revolution, and how, you, along with this community of thousands of other people, are helping people to take their health back. Start by asking questions. Find out what their current situation is, where their health is now, where they want to go with their health, and then use the resources within the Healthy Living Revolution cookbook. I know that someone who's on here right now, one of our team members was telling me that she started a conversation with someone who's a vegan. Well, guess what? We have a perfect resource with that. We have, that our awesome new plant-based cookbook, and you don't have to be vegan, you guys. Don't worry. You don't have to be vegan if you're not, but we have resources that, that are designed really to help people get more plants in their diet. Okay. That's why we have a plant-based cookbook, is because people know how to cook meat. They know how to cook things with animal products in there. They don't know necessarily what to cook in order to get more plants in their diet. So that's why our cookbook is a plant-based cookbook, not because Juice Plus thinks everybody should be a vegan. That's not true. So anyway, there we go. So for now, I think I'm going to turn off the recording here.